Good morning, everyone. Steve Georgie here from Allendale's Trading Floor. It is October 2nd. We've got the grains this morning in the red. Corn down about 5.5, but we've got beans breaking back right now, down 21 cents, with wheat down about 12.5. So continuing this negative move that we've seen for beans and wheat, and corn kind of slipping back with it. We did have harvest progress come out yesterday. And we're 54% complete right now for corn. We're about 41% complete for beans. But we are finding this corn market, it's getting a little support from spreaders that going into the report on Friday, they were buying beans and wheat, selling corn. Well, yesterday, corn looked pretty strong with beans and wheat slipping back. That was the unwinding of the spread. So you had corn ended up finding some strength with beans and wheat. Obviously, a pretty negative trade. Well, beans did end up taking out some good support levels. We took out the lows that we've had from pre-report level as well from last Friday. And the charts still at this point look pretty negative. So the bean market right now influenced by better than expected yields coming out there. We've been hearing good stuff. And these yields right now are showing up pretty good. So that's kind of keeping some pressure on beans. But not only that, you also have some of these estimates coming out of South America. The USDA came out looking at about an 80 million metric ton, or 81 million metric tons is where they stand right now for Brazil. And then Celeris out of Brazil. So kind of their agency, their crop agency, came out yesterday with a 79.08 million metric tons. These are big numbers. Now, they are getting some rain. They're looking at 1 to 2 inches over the last 24 hours. You've got another 1 to 2 inches Thursday into Friday. So these conditions are going to improve. Looks like they're planning in very ideal conditions. That's why you've got these estimates pretty high out of South America. So the beans right now overall, we've got some extremely negative attitude pushing these things lower. Now, not only on top of that, what's been finding support has been some of the demand. Unlike corn, demand has completely slipped away for corn. But in beans, we were finding good demand here. China was coming in. We have seen some purchases there. But this week, China is on holiday, so not expecting any purchases here this week from them. So that may keep that negative tone rolling throughout the week. As far as the wheat market, we were a little overdone there on Friday. Australia getting some rain. That's keeping this negative attitude going right now. But as I mentioned, really it's the spreaders that have come in here and unwinding some spreads that were put on ahead of that report. But now on a technical sense, we've got wheat that broke down below some support. As I mentioned, we're down another 12.5 cents here this morning. And that could fuel the downside right now on this wheat. But watch that. Right now it is a very negative attitude around these grains. A lot of emotion that is pushing this lower. The corn, if we start taking out support levels there as well, we could see that start to break back as well. As far as some of the outside markets, pretty quiet with the dollar and the crude oil. Not really finding any direction here this morning yet. So, but as far as livestock, fat cattle down 12 cents. We had box beef, kind of mixed, but choice up about 21. Select down $1.23 yesterday. So we got the question, what are we going to look at this week for cash? We got the surprise last week, the $3 lower cash trade. Are we going to see something similar to that this week again? We are looking steady as far as the cash markets this week at that 123 level. So we'll see what happens here by the end of the week. But continue looking for that cash trade to influence where the futures prices are at. As far as the hogs, continuing this bounce. As I mentioned yesterday, we've got a few days here where we may get this bounce, but seasonally we tend to peak out this week and start to see a decline here, a sideways to lower move going into the end of the year. So continue looking for that, but we are 25 cents higher currently as far as hogs. But we're bumping up against some resistance here just ahead of us. So a lot going on today. Give us a call with any questions that you have. Reach us here at 800-262-7538 or check us out on the web at allendale-inc.com. I hope you guys have a great day today, and I will talk to you later. Take care.